Hey, this is Mark Woodruff at Woody Creative. Okay, so we have some updates. This is a test form. It's a template. The page is called this Camping Clinic template. And what we'll do is we'll make that be a layout that's in there that we can always kind of start with this layout. But it's intended to be basically a page. Whenever we want to create a new clinic, whenever we want to create a new camp, you would go through here and change this. You would obviously, this stuff is set up in here, but you would go through and change that by default. Change the clinic leaders, and that's pretty much it. If it's a camp, obviously you do the same thing, but make everything camp. So there will be a layout in there for this. So there's also embedded into this is a template in the form section. It's template number 27. It's this clinic and camp template. It's important that you don't edit this, but if you want to use it, you would duplicate it. So let this always be the master copy of the template. You would duplicate it and rename it with whatever your new template's going to be. But this is, let's open that up. This is what that form looks like. And actually, so the things you would need to change on the form there's several things, but obviously you're going to want to change the dollar amount, which is set to 0 right now on the form. But let's go through and look at it. So all this is pulled from the form. In the form, you would change whatever the name is here. You would change the details. So some new things in here. This is the registration, the registrant, the parent's name, email. We're asking about emergency contact information. Does the above serve as emergency contact information for the participants registered? If you say yes, you just keep going. Nothing happens. You say no, and you go and list the participant, etc. If you say no, then a new blank, a new field says, please provide all relevant emergency contact info, guardian names, phone numbers, email. This is intended to cover whether it's one person they're entering here or a second person, okay? So we'll say yes, get rid of that. The name of the participant, we've changed this format because it was just age, and this lets us have their actual birth date, so we can, because somebody who registered whatever, or if they just suddenly changed or something, or if they have their information, it lets you also send birthday information to them. So now this is new also. Would you like to register or invite a second participant? So if they say no, you just keep going. If they say, yes, I want to register and pay for a second participant, that's kind of for the sibling. So this section pops up. This section from here to here pops up. So basically you enter the name of the second participant, you enter the birth date of the second participant. This is standard. You can see that, is there anything about the participant? That's standard. Okay. If they want us to send an email invite to the second participant, and they check that box, so it says, yes, please invite the second participant. Again, we get the name, again, we get the birth date, but now we get an email where we can send the invitation. So this is customer A has son, but they know their son wants, another buddy to go. They would enter, hopefully, I would assume the parents' information there. And of course, this is set to $0 now, even if you put, one camp, 2 camps, it doesn't change because I have it set to 0. There's still a coupon field if somebody wants to enter that. So this is the template. Now, I also have created what's called a Zap, and it's this that basically sends a notification when this gets sent to the info @ and the Jennifer @ emails. A second email will be generated by the Zap. That's a conditional email that says, if the person entered this, check this box and said, I want you to send an email invite, you'll get a second notification exactly the same time. 2 emails will come in. One says, hey, somebody registered, and you'll get the entire form. The second will say, it says something like, customer requested that MyP2P send an email invite to a second participant. So you'll get an email notification just with that subject line. That's your heads up that says, hey, they wanted you to send an email notification. Make sure you go in, grab that email notification, and send a link to whatever the camp is, okay? So it's not an automatically, it's going to forward and invite somebody and send them a link to the page. It's an email notification to the Jennifer and Info app that says, hey, heads up, this customer wants a buddy to come along. We need to send an invite out to them. So I hope that makes sense.